Time on WGAL8 Brainbusters as Penn Manor faces Solanco in today's exciting matchup. Stay tuned with us for all the action on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome once again to the show. We're ready for another exciting Brainbusters match, and we're thrilled to bring you another half hour of challenging questions and answers. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are now in round two, where we welcome back our winning teams. This is for their second appearance. Today, we have two fantastic teams returning to the studio. We welcome back Penn Manor High School and Solanco High School. So we'll get started shortly. But first, let's take a moment to meet our teams. So first, from Penn Manor, it's a pleasure to welcome back Natalie. She is a sophomore. The captain is Brady, and the third player is Seth. Brady is a senior, and Seth is a junior. And in between Natalie and Brady is Eliza. She's the team's alternate, and she is a sophomore. And, of course, we have Chris Meyer. Mr. Meyer is a social studies teacher and teaches AP Art History, AP World History, AP Economics, and Economics over at Penn Manor. And I want to also give a shout-out to Madame Angelica Kerner. She's the French and German teacher. She was unable to be here today, but she's the co-coach. So welcome to the Penn Manor High School team. And now let's move over to Solanco High School, and we welcome back Brianna. She is a sophomore. The captain is Amitai. He is a junior. And the third player is Lexi. She is a senior. Between Brianna and Amitai, we have Rhiannon. She is a sophomore. And then between Amitai and Lexi, we welcome for the first time Aiden. He is a junior. He's one of the team alternates. And finally, Mia is next to Lexi. And then we welcome Mr. Kaylee Rourke. He is the teacher of extensions, which we know as the teacher of the gifted and talented and the coach of the Brainbusters team. So welcome to the Solanco High School Brainbusters team. And now players, get ready. You know how to play. You know how to win. So let's pick up those signaling buttons and see what happens as we play our opening round. These are, of course, our 10-point questions, a little bit easier to get us started off. In 2022, this musician and former member of One Direction released the album Seth.
Styles?
Harry Styles released the album Harry's House, which featured the hit single As It Was. Good anticipation, Seth. And that gets Penn Manor on the board for 10 points. The dictionary defines it as the outer layer of the external integument of the animal body derived from the embryonic epiblast. In other words, it's your outer skin. What is it called, Amitai?
Epidermis?
The epidermis is correct, and that gets Solanco on the board for 10 points. In what class, geography, geometry, geology, or genetics, would you be most likely to talk about polar coordinates, point of origin? Brady?
Geometry?
Geometry, point of origin, and of course quadrants. The Battle of El Alamein, the Siege of Leningrad, the Battle of the Coral Sea, and the invasion of Normandy were all part of this war. Amitai?
World War II?
World War II is correct. It's the largest lake in the Western Hemisphere and the farthest north and west of the Great Lakes. Amitai?
Lake Superior?
Lake Superior, you are correct again. She is a beloved and prized author. In 1988, she won the Pulitzer Prize for Beloved. In 1993, and that's Lexi.
Toni Morrison.
Toni Morrison, who died in 2019. The English mistranslated the name of a Chinese secret society and thus gave an unusual name to the uprising that began in 1900. Brady?
Boxer Rebellion?
The Boxer Rebellion is the correct answer. Pennsylvania, California, New York, Michigan, or Ohio? Which Seth?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, sorry, incorrect. I'm going to complete the question for Solanco. Which state includes the largest university system in the world? Amitai.
New York.
New York does. It's the SUNY system, the State University of New York. He did silkscreen portraits of Elvis Presley. Seth.
Warhol.
Andy Warhol was the popular pop artist. Anticipation worked in your favor that time, certainly. The Grand Tetons rise above the Snake River in this western state. What, Seth?
Colorado.
No, sorry, incorrect. What is this, Brianna?
Wyoming.
Wyoming is this mountainous state, yes. The flag of the United States is called the Stars and Stripes. What similar nickname was given to the flag of the Confederate States of America? Seth? Oh, sorry. Amitai.
The Stars and Bars.
You are correct for 10 points. It can be a few hundred feet or several miles long. It can be streak, forked, heat, or sheet. What is this meteorological phenomenon, Natalie?
Lightning.
Lightning is correct. The oldest city in Canada was twice the capital of Canada. Now it's the capital of the province that shares its name. What city is it, Amitai?
Quebec City.
Quebec is correct, yes. Flukes, tapeworms, hookworms, chiggers, ticks, and aphids are all organisms that live at the expense of another animal. What's Brady?
Parasites?
They're all parasites, indeed, yes. If you travel from Southend-on-Sea to Bergen-on-Zee, you'll cross this sea between England and the Netherlands. What sea is it, Amitai?
The North Sea.
The North Sea is correct. It's a short novel about a long journey up the Congo River. It's also an allegory of a journey.
Heart
Lexi.
of Darkness.
Heart of Darkness, a journey into the depths of human evil. The novella is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. In 1966, she became Prime Minister of India and served until 1977 and again. And Brady.
Gandhi.
I need first and last names, please.
Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi is correct, yes. Between 1762 and 1796, she recognized the government, promoted trade and industry, and vastly expanded the Russian Empire. Who was this great empress? Seth?
Catherine the Great.
Catherine the Great, or Catherine II, yes. He loved to write about lovers. Who wrote Sons and Lovers, Women in Love, and Lady Chatterley's Lover? Lexi.
D.H. Lawrence.
He's the one, yes. Although it burned to the ground in 1679, it remained the capital of Virginia until 1699. Seth?
Richmond.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm going to complete the question. When the House of Burgesses was moved to Williamsburg, and the original settlement, of course, was Jamestown. Well, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to our first break. Our teams have really demonstrated their knowledge and quick thinking, and we've only just started. Well, we're going to get ready for the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning rounds while you watch these very important messages.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. The final 4 teams in the WGAL8 Brainbusters tournament will win cash grants. The 3rd and 4th place teams will receive $1,000 each. The 2nd place team will receive $3,000. And the WGAL8 Brainbusters champions will receive $5,000 in grant money. Now, back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are in round 2, and we're welcoming back our winning teams from round 1. And boy, these teams have demonstrated quick thinking and fantastic knowledge. But now we're going to pit our individual players against each other and play today's one-on-one rapid fire. Now, we still have a great game, 80-110, so it's still anybody's game. So first we're going to say hello once again to Natalie, our first player here from Penn Manor. It's nice to have you back. So our question in round 2, Natalie, is what do you do for fun outside of school?
I read a lot of books.
That doesn't surprise me. Is there anything you're reading now?
I'm reading a biography of Queen Victoria.
Well, you're doing and developing skills that will certainly serve you well in the future. And Brianna, what about you? What do you do for fun outside of school?
Well, outside of school, I love to dance and go shopping.
I guess you're developing 2 schools that develop meaningful skills, if you will. Yes, no doubt. Retail therapy, as we always call it. Brianna and Natalie, let's put you 2 one-on-one. Percussion instruments include more than drums. For example, this instrument. It consists of a row of wooden bars played with small mallets. Brianna.
Xylophone?
It's a xylophone for 10 points. That is correct. Let's go back to the 1980s. In 1986, Ronald Reagan denied selling weapons to Iran and sending the money to the Contras in this Central American country? Natalie?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua is correct. Good for you. And finally, the following line may be familiar. It's the opening line of a famous poem. By the shores of Gitche Gumee, by the shining Big Sea water. What poem is this by Longfellow?
The Song of Hiawatha.
The Song of Hiawatha. Good for you. Your reading did come in handy, and that certainly helped your team out well. 100 to 120. Great game going as we now meet our two captains. So first from Penn Manor, a pleasure to welcome back Colby. So Brady. Brady, what do you do for fun outside of school?
So, I play instruments, and mainly I play bass guitar.
And do you play in the orchestra and at school and everything?
Yes, I do.
All right, and you'll continue with that, I assume?
Yeah.
And sort of a hobby and something to help enrich you. And music is a great thing. Don't give that up. Amitai, what about you? What do you do for fun outside of school?
I play a lot of video games, mostly historical strategy games, which has definitely helped me in trivia sometimes.
Well, a creative way to explore your interests, I guess. Okay, Amitai and Brady, pick up your signaling buttons and let's put you two one-on-one. Jealousy is a powerful motive in works of literature. Jealousy, the green-eyed monster, causes this Shakespearean general to kill his innocent wife Desdemona. In what play? Amitai. Othello is correct, yes. Cotton was once the king of the South. Who invented the cotton gin? Brady?
Eli Whitney?
Eli Whitney did in 1793 to make cotton production more efficient. And finally, some scientific units are called derived units because they can be expressed in terms of other units. So what word defines a unit of potential difference that can be expressed as watts per amp? Amitai.
Volts?
Volts is correct. Good for you. Look at those scores, man. 110 to 140. Let's meet our final players in today's competition. So for Seth, always a pleasure to have you here. What do you do for fun outside of school?
I like to spend a lot of time with my family, particularly with my brothers. We play Brawl Stars a lot. So, yeah, they're great people.
Well, that's always an engaging activity. It's always good to spend time with your family. Lexi, what about you? What do you do for fun outside of school?
I run cross country and track year round, but aside from that, I watch a lot of Star Wars with my sister Rhiannon, who's in the audience today.
Well, someone who understands personal development watching Star Wars, science fiction in some ways, but so much of that has come true now. Lexi and Seth, two great players. Let's put you two one-on-one. Native Americans have played important roles in U.S. history. What Indian tribe was led by Red Cloud and Sitting Bull? Seth?
Iroquois?
Not the Iroquois, no, sorry. Lexi?
Sue.
Sue is correct for 10 points. Winston Groom's novel opens with a guy speaking about a box of chocolates. Tom Hanks starred in the film and mentions them also, Seth.
Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump is this moving story and movie. And finally, he retired with a lifetime batting average of 311 after the Brooklyn Dodgers traded him to the New York Giants in 1957. Who broke the color line when the Dodgers started him, Seth?
Robinson,
Jackie Robinson, when they started him at first base on April 15th, 1947. Well, look at those scores, 120 to 160. We still have a great game. Solenko is holding on to their lead, but let's see what happens as we see if we put their teams together and they work collaboratively in today's 60-second team lightning round. Brady, your team is behind at this point, but only by just a few points, but only by 20 points. So you have the luxury or privilege of selecting first among these three quizzes. I've got your number. Good cop, artistically speaking.
Artistically speaking.
Okay, for 1 minute, let's talk about painting, music, dance, and other arts. So for 10 points each, identify these artistic, people, places, and things. Brady, I take your answer as the team's answer. Natalie and Seth are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all three of you, and here we go. In what city is the Louvre and more than 100 other?
Paris.
Paris is correct. What group of musical instruments includes the French horn, trombone, and tuba?
Brass.
Brass is correct. What treated fabric is often used for oil paintings?
Canvas.
Canvas is correct. What introductory piece is often played before an opera or musical?
Overture.
Overture.
Overture is correct. In what century did Mozart live?
17th.
18th. What Verdi opera shares its name with an Elton John musical?
No,
Aida. What artistic technique can create an illusion of three-dimensional space on a flat surface?
Perspective.
Perspective, yes. What name did Da Vinci's portrait Leo del Giocondo better known as?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa, yes. What pop artist is famous for his silkscreen, Brillo pads, and Campbell soup? Warhol is correct. What theatrical dance form takes its name from the Italian verb to dance?
LA.
Pass.
Ballet.
Sorry.
What architect designed the Guggenheim Museum in New York City?
Gary.
No, Frank Lloyd Wright. What period includes the music of Vivaldi, Bach, and Handel?
Baroque.
Baroque.
Baroque is correct. In the theater, what name is given to the diagrammed movement of actors on stage?
Choreography.
But
Blocking is correct. And Brady did say blocking, so 9 correct. 90 points came your way. Okay, Amitai, it's up to you with I've Got Your Number and Good Cop.
I've got your number.
I've got your number. I've got your number here, but I'm not the one who's going to tell you what it is. Instead, I'll give you a clue, and for 10 points each, you tell me the number. Amitai, I take your answer as the team's answer. Brianna and Lexi are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all three of you, and here we go. The number of deadly sins and cardinal virtues
7.
as well. That is correct. The number on the black billiard ball.
8.
8 is correct. The number of tablets in which 10 commandments were carved.
2.
2 is correct. The number of players on each side during a soccer game.
6.
11. On Pennsylvania Avenue, it's the street address of the White House.
2.
1600. Bart Simpson's age.
11.
10. It's the longitude of the international dateline.
0.
180. The number of constitutional amendments that protects you from self-incrimination.
Pass.
5. It's the fifth one. The number of tentacles on a squid.
10.
10 is the number of years celebrated in a silver anniversary.
50.
25. The square root of 625.
25.
25 is correct. George W. Bush's number as U.S. president.
40.
43. What it cost to buy a vowel on Wheel of Fortune.
Pass.
250. In the musical The Music Man, it's the number of trombones that led the big parade.
4.
76. The number of the route that winds from Chicago to L.A.
66.
That is correct. The number of states in the Confederate States of America.
13.
11. The number of movements in a classical symphony.
3.
4. Ooh, a little stumbling. 6 correct. So 60 points came your way. Wow, we have a great game going. Penn Manor picked up the lead of 220 to 210. But now it's time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. So during our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of chemistry. Now that's a solid high school subject. So we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and of course the all-important Final Frenzy. The WGAL 8 Brainbusters continues in just a matter of minutes.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL 8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hi, everybody. I hope you are as excited as I am to be returning with these two fantastic teams. Boy, the scores flipped a little bit. 220 to 210. So we are going into our next round to play with our teams neck and neck because it's now time for today's bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of chemistry. So we're going to head into the News 8 newsroom with Michael Fuller. He has today's question. Michael.
Thanks, Rich. Now, here's your bonus brain buster. This law states that the total pressure of a gas mixture is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of its individual gases. What is the fundamental law in chemistry called? Again, this law states that the total pressure of a gas mixture is equal to the sum of the partial pressures of its individual gases. What is the fundamental law in chemistry called? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
You, Michael. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Amitai is writing his answer. Brady's still getting consultation from Natalie and Seth. Oh. Did we challenge you? Let's see. Chemistry students will know this answer. So I could say, so let's see. Okay, Brady, have you, Natalie, or Seth taken chemistry? Did you come up with the answer? Let's see what you came up with. What is it? What did you come up with? No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. We're going to have to deduct 25 points from your score. Okay. Did you come up with Boyle's Law? No, guys, that's incorrect. It's Dalton's Law, or the law of partial pressures is the correct answer. So we're taking 25 points from both of the teams, 195 to 180. Our teams are neck and neck as we put our teams to work once again with today's Final Frenzy. This time we have 20-point questions. Good luck to all 6 of you. The Ionian Sea, Adriatic Sea, and Aegean Sea are all branches
Mediterranean?
of the Mediterranean Sea. Good for you. Formed by the consolidation of mud or clay, it splits easily. Amitai.
Brick?
No, sorry. It splits easily into thin layers. What is the sedimentary rock where oil is often found? Seth.
Bedrock?
No, it's shale is the correct answer. On Wall Street, it's an IPO, the first company stock to put up for trading. What does IPO stand for? Amitai.
Initial public offering?
Correct for 20 points. He often used animal figures in his poems, including the crow and the hawk in the rain. Lexi.
Poe?
No, not he, sorry. He was Poet Laureate of England from 1984 until his death in 1998. Who was he? Seth. Ted Hughes is the correct answer. The Murray, its longest river, flows past Mount, what's that?
Ireland?
No, sorry. Mount Kosciuszko, its highest mountain. On what continent? Amitai.
Asia?
No, it's Australia is the correct answer. 2 major female hormones are produced in the human ovary. One is estrogen. What's the other, Natalie?
Progesterone.
Progesterone is correct. On April 1st, 1945, about 450,000 U.S. troops landed on this Pacific island. By the end of June, the Japanese... Brady.
Okinawa?
Okinawa is correct. When this beautiful youth was killed by a boar, Zeus decreed that he should spend... Amitai.
Pass.
Oh, I'm going to complete... Natalie.
Ganymede.
No, it was, they spent half of the year with Aphrodite, the other half in the underworld, and that was Adonis. The dog days of summer are not named because Rover can't take the heat, but because this star rises from the sun in the morning. What star is it, Amitai?
The North Star?
No, sorry, incorrect. Any idea? Oh, it's Natalie.
Sirius.
Sirius is correct. In Les Miserables, he commits suicide by jumping from a bridge into the Seine. Natalie.
Javert.
Javert is the police inspector. At the 1888 Republican presidential convention, he received 1 vote on the 4th ballot, the first African American to be nominated for president. Who was this former abolitionist and newspaper editor? Seth.
Douglas,
Frederick Douglass. The first dawn of the new millennium, January 1st, 2001, was seen in these South Pacific islands, which straddle the international dateline. What islands? Brady.
Kiribati?
Oh, no, sorry. What islands have their capital at Suva? Amitai.
American Samoa?
Oh, no, sorry, it's Fiji. Some economists think that economic forces should be allowed to work without interference from government. What 2-word French term expresses this theory, Seth?
Free market.
Oh, sorry. Lexi.
Laissez-faire.
Laissez-faire is correct. Pennsylvanian and Mississippian are divisions in this period of the Paleozoic era when coal-forming sediments were laid down in vast swamps, hence its name. What period was it? Amitai.
Cretaceous?
Nope, sorry. What's that?
Permian period.
Carboniferous, and that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. Quite a turnaround. Penn Manor really came alive in that final frenzy, and they are going to return for round 3. Well, we hope you will return with us in just a few short moments for some final words.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. Wow, that was a fantastic match. Congratulations to Penn Manor for moving on to the next round. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to Solenko for making this a game to remember. Now, we're going to be back next time with another exciting round as we continue our round 2 when we welcoming back our winning teams. Up next is Waynesboro and Cedar Crest, and they're going to come here to battle it out here on WGAL8 Brainbusters. I'm Rich Rosen, and remember, the more you know, the more you can achieve. So keep reaching for the stars. Well, we'll see you next time. So long, everybody. This look.